Hello friends, it is Monday and it is the last few days of February. We are about to enter a whole new month of March. My name is Leslie and this is Leslie's Cancer Confessions. I had promised 3 weeks ago that I would do a video discussing cannabis oil and the use of it as a prescription for the treatment of chronic pain associated with chemotherapy and ongoing treatment for metastatic breast cancer. But unfortunately, after a lot of emails and comments and discussion with family and friends, I've decided that that might not be the wisest course of action. So I am not going to show you the type of medication I use to treat my pain. Instead, I'm going to tell you my experiences with it and suggest that if you live in a state where it is legal and you can acquire a cannabis card, that you ask your oncologist or your medical doctor to prescribe it for you and apply to become a card carrier. Now, my experience with it have been good and bad. Initially, the first 3.5, 4 weeks that I used it daily as I experienced breakthrough pain, which is exactly what it sounds like. The point of the day where the medication you've taken to control your pain has begun to stop working, and I still want to function and be able to do things, so I don't want to over-medicate myself, so I take cannabis oil at that point of the day. Now, I consistently used it and initially felt that I was taking a whole lot less of my regular pain medication because just one dose of the prescribed amount for my height, weight, and condition was making it so that I didn't have to take Opana in the morning and again prior to bed at night. I was not waking up in the middle of the night with any pain that I would have to then take hydrocodone to get me through the night until the morning. So I went from taking Opana twice a day and hydrocodone once a day to taking one Opana pill in the morning and late in the afternoon, like 3 or 4, taking a prescribed amount, which is about half the size of a grain of rice of the oil, or if I was using the edible, which I chose, oh, my eyes look funny. I chose to use the edible chocolate bars, which is about the size of a Hershey bar that I would break into 4s, and then I would take those 4ths and break them into 4s again and take 1 little 4th of a 4th. I don't know what number that would be in a fraction, but a 4th of a 4th, you know what I mean. At about the 3-week mark, I took a dose, and as it began to release in my body, I got up from my chair to walk across the room for whatever reason, to get a glass of water or to go do something in the kitchen, and the entire room just like went and I felt like I was tipping and I fell over and my limbs were out of control. Now, I don't know if the medication had just built up in my system to a point that it just was too much, but it freaked me out. And so I did not take it for several days. Then 2 days later, I was in a great deal of pain, and I took it. And because it had been the oil that I had taken, and I feared that maybe, it's kind of all relative. When you look at a drop of oil, is it half of a grain of rice? How can you tell unless you hold up a piece of rice to it? So I feared that I may have overdosed myself. and I took the fourth of a chocolate bar instead. Same thing happened. And the second time I actually threw up in addition to losing control. And I went to bed because I felt like if I moved, I was going to lose it. It was just not good. So I went a couple of weeks without using it, and now I only use the edible, and I only use it occasionally because I have fear within me that that will happen again. So for myself, it's been good, but it's also been bad, and I feel extremely cautious. Now, I never, ever, ever use it. For instance, today, I will be picking my daughter up from the train in the evening, and I feel that it would be really irresponsible of me to take something that I have experienced causing me loss of control when I'm going to be behind the wheel of a 1,000-pound vehicle or however much a car weighs and put other people at risk. So I only use it when I know I am homebound, I'm not going anywhere, and if something bad happens or if, I lose control, then I'm home and I'm safe and other people are safe too. So that is my experience with using cannabis oil. I think it is very beneficial. It has helped me. I haven't had any loss of control or any side effects in the past 3 weeks, but I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've used it in the past 3 weeks. Primarily sticking with my normal pain control regime, which, as I mentioned, was the Opana and the hydrocodone. Now, if you're wondering, the comments that I received from people saying that I should probably not show what I'm using were a wide range of comments. Liability, personal liability. I am not a medical doctor. I am not prescribing this to you. I am not saying it is okay for you to use it. I am simply saying if you have chronic pain, if you are living with cancer or some other chronic illness that is something your doctor and you feel that you could benefit from using cannabis oil, then by all means, I recommend it. I think it is a wonderful medication and used in a way that you know what your body can handle and your doctor knows what a routine or regular dose is, and the people at the cannabis center who walk you through the process determine with you what type of cannabis you should take. There are a wide variety. So if you don't want to smoke it, which I didn't want to smoke it, you can have edibles, you can use the oil. Apparently there is a nasal spray. There's also a liquid that you can put in like an oxygen mask, so you breathe it in, which is quite a bit different than smoking it. So those are just the ones that I know of, but I also know that you can put the oil in tea and drink it while it's hot, which waters it down quite a bit so that it releases more slowly, and that's just what I know, but there are people out there who know quite a bit more than I do. So if you have additional comments or information, post those in the comments down below this video, whether you are watching from lesliescancerconfessions.com or you're finding me on Facebook or YouTube. There's a comment section down below. Please leave your comments on how you use it, whether you found it to be helpful or whether it hasn't worked for you or it's just been a bad experience. And in addition to that, realize that me saying I am not a medical doctor and I am not prescribing this extends to my subscribers as well. They are not giving you medical advice. They are simply sharing their experience and the information that they've acquired through their experience with you so that you have more knowledge and can make an informed decision. So that is it for me today on the whole cannabis oil situation for treatment of chronic pain. Oh, you may get to see my new baby playing with her friend Sadie. Sadie and Gracie, my girls. And then, of course, right here at my feet is my grand pup, Oscar. Oscar, what you doing? Hey, baby. Oh, you're on camera. I think Gracie just peed on my carpet. Did you? Well, she is only 14 weeks old, so we're potty training still. And she's barking and playing with Sadie. And Sadie's saying, help! So, folks, that is it for me today. And if you have anything that you would like to hear me discuss in regards to cancer treatment and living with metastatic breast cancer, please don't hesitate to ask. And I will be happy to discuss anything within reason that you suggest to me. No barks. Please give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you like my content so that I know you like it and will continue to post on things that are relevant to you. Like, follow, subscribe. And if you know someone who can benefit from this information, share. I will see you next week on Tuesday. And until then, bye, people.